Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
We're live.
Hello.
I think we're live. Oh, we are.
Alan, did you extend that starting soon screen?
Maybe.
I was like, that was the longest 2 minutes ever.
What's up, chat?
Hey, can you guess how many times we restarted it?
3.
Yeah. I literally restarted. I'm like, fuck, I need a piss. Then I restarted again. I'm like, fuck, my coffee's not done brewing. And then I restarted again. I'm like, fuck, I need to make the coffee.
It is 2:06 right now, so if you would have answered anything other than 3-wave, I would have questioned your 5th grade math skills.
I mean,
Fair
we can
enough.
question them anyway.
It wouldn't be a Gaijin Guys stream if Alan didn't start brewing his coffee like 1 minute before it starts.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm busy setting up the stream because, certain people didn't show up on time. Let's get...
You?
That guy.
I'm kidding.
Classic misdirection.
What's happening, chat?
Classic, exactly. Ryan got it.
What's up, everybody? We're here.
I see y'all out there.
We're here. We're ready.
Lots of familiar faces, too. Or names. I don't see your faces,
Yeah.
most of you.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Yes, and I came out of the closet, guys. You don't have to worry about me
What?
anymore. Yeah,
We all
there's
knew
a
already
lot
anyway.
of champ closet talk right now. I don't know where it came from.
Champ Closet Talk. Please tell us more.
Didn't you say something about being in the closet?
I was trying to blame other people, Wave. You don't have to throw me under the bus
Oh.
right now, bro.
I'm sorry. In other news, Ryan and I are twins today.
Hey, wait, hold up.
Oh, damn.
Oh, right
Ooh,
on.
nice.
Sorry,
man.
guys.
Not the exact same, but rocking the band.
Still
at least.
awesome.
Son's a baby metal rebel today.
These are impartial
I don't have
reviews
bandwidth on.
of music news from Japan.
We are unbiased.
Is my camera glitching?
No favorites.
No, you're
You're
good.
Nah,
It
you look
looks
good,
smooth.
bud.
Oh,
This is
okay.
the best you've
So-
ever looked, man.
So I'm the only one that didn't wear Bandmade. God damn it.
That's okay.
I own
You're
a lot
good.
of Maximum the Hormone shirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 of them here.
To be fair, like if I have to choose between t-shirts, I have like half of my t-shirts are Bandmade and the other half have nothing on it. So there's a 50% chance that I'm going to be wearing Bandmade.
I
Just
have
got 4
Love
Band-Aid
Bites.
shirts in the mail yesterday.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
to.
I have 2
Ooh, at
Bandmade
once.
shirts, but I'm very picky with my Bandmade shirts because I want those crazy art ones. So I wait for those to come out. So I have those
Oh,
2.
nice.
Um,
Vlad has a good point. No Cluppo shirts.
mm. Do we want
Is
one?
it- I do.
I would
I want
rock one.
Is there one that like looks like the cotton candy sky that was in the? Never mind.
I'd have to see the.
Should've
I'd have to
kept
see
that
the
in my head.
design.
I kind of want to know what you're talking
You
about.
should
now.
have
There's a
sent me
graphic
the
for the-
article. Why didn't you send me the article about the shirts? I could pull that up today. I could still do it. Find it. Do they have it displayed, the shirts? Wave?
Cluppo?
Yeah, they're the
Oh,
Cluppo
I don't
shirts
know.
on-
Vladimir brought it up.
Oh, okay. I was like,
In
oh,
the
I thought you
chat.
meant we had some shirts ready to show. Anyways, let's
I like the
start.
new graphic for the new.
I'll
new
look
EP
into it
coming
right
out.
now.
The graphic looks pretty cool. I'll pull it up or send me a link in Discord Wave and I'll pull it up for everybody. All right, let's get into it. We'll start with Ryan. Tell us about what you did during the week, how your reactions went, how everything's going.
I don't know. I didn't do a whole lot this week. I kind of. What did I do? Worked on some stuff for our friend Orange from France. So
I heard about
That's
that.
cool.
How's that going?
good. There's other stuff happening, so it's cool.
Are you allowed to say or not?
No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Boo.
It's a surprise.
Spoiler free.
Right. And then today, I just finally had time today to do some editing. I put out my answers to all the questions from my interview with Wave because we didn't really get to them in the interview, so I tried to address all that stuff.
Very
Sorry
cool.
about that.
What was your favorite question that you got from the interview?
I don't know. I wasn't ready for that question.
Which one stood out? Which one stood out? None of them stood out
I
to
think
you?
the one I liked answering was it was about what I used to listen to when I would skate.
Oh, okay.
So and then that brought back like a very specific day where me and my brother out front skating, and we had AC/DC and Metallica and like LL Cool J was what we were listening to, like switching out the tapes.
Skateboard or blade?
It's so funny. You were switching out the
Skateboard.
tapes. I was switching out CDs when I was skateboarding.
Yeah.
We had a CD player at the corner, and we would like ollie over the manholes. Like we had to ollie over the manholes to do heel flips, kick flips. Like that was like the routine every morning. That's kind of.
I would take my old school Jeep Cherokee, which had a tape deck and a CD player in it, so I would alternate back and forth, and we would just leave it running. We would park it in like a parking garage. We just turn it on, open the door, leave that shit running, so we could listen to, like, I don't know what we were listening to, Sum 41, Blink-182 and shit like that back then, and we just like grind on the little poles and inside of parking garages.
Yeah,
classic.
Did we all skate? The Wave. Did you skate?
Well, I skateboarded a little bit, but I was more into inline skating.
Cool.
Okay. Nice.
You're one of those guys.
All right, you're fired, Wave. No, So, anything else happened? Just you did the interview with. I know you did an interview with Wave Potter. Go check it out if you guys haven't already. It's on Wave's channel, and then of course, like Ryan just said, he just answered all his questions on his.
Yeah, and I did. I checked out this little DVD that's going to be able to be seen on my Patreon. The whole thing. And
nice.
I'll tell you what, I hadn't watched them all the way through, like song after song, the way they're presented, and it's so different and so much better. It's crazy. Like insanely, I literally stopped because my face hurt because I was smiling so much.
Nice.
It was like an hour. I'm like, yeah, I gotta stop. So that's what I got going on. So a little more stuff for Patreon driven, and that's it.
What about you, Wave?
Man, I was all over the world this week. Not too much Japanese music, but I did The Warning, Grai, that Russian band. Have you guys heard of?
I have
Grai?
not heard of them. What was it called? Say it again.
Grai
with
Song of Dead Water. It's pretty interesting. And I heard Voice of
Trespass,
yeah,
or Voice
someone
of
else pronounce it.
Bass Brat,
Yeah.
Sorry. I said Voice of Trespass. That's the other band, another band. Anyways. That's a great song
that
too,
was my
though.
first time seeing them. They're Indonesian. That was pretty cool.
They're really good, right? I think it's a really good band. I think Ryan would enjoy it, and Champ.
I had no idea how much I would like it.
It's been thrown around comments and stuff. I hadn't had any like official requests yet, so I haven't checked them out. But
Bache Prat.
Official?
Bache.
Yeah.
Nice.
Raheem knows what he's talking about.
I'm just mimicking Alan.
I looked on their like official Wikipedia page, has a pronunciation, and it's like Bache Prat. But
nice.
I still thought I was probably pronouncing it wrong because that just always happens.
Rosie said that you learned about a new Japanese band on stream.
The Boofs.
The Boofs?
It was Gina Sarita with Funk You.
The Boob song.
I don't know
What?
if any of you have heard that. She calls it that because there's like, you'd have to see the music video to fully understand it. But yeah, it's a women's empowerment, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes.
What else?
I'm not qualified to talk about it. That's Rosie's interpretation.
I was like, you're not convincing me to watch this at all.
No, I really want Wave's interpretation of feminism in 2022, and how it relates.
There's no way on
to
earth
music.
I'm talking about feminism in 2022.
Why not?
Explain in detail.
What do I know? My opinion is useless right now.
You're nailing these answers. I'm not gonna lie. Like that is the right response.
Wait, why is this Alan in the answers? That's what I do?
He said
I
nailing.
said nailing.
Nailing? Oh, I was like, what? I'm mishearing shit.
Accent.
All right, Champ, what about you?
I did like nothing all week. There was
I expected you to say that.
yeah, I mean, there was situations taking place at a certain point on like Tuesday or Wednesday or something. As you guys could see, I'm in a different location today than I was in last week, which was a different location than I was in the week before. And it's because there was a massive flood, an overflowing of toilet water in the middle of the night in my house, which started on the second floor and flooded all the way down to the bottom floor, which is where I was sleeping.
Oh
and it just covered it was the middle of the night too, so I had no idea what the fuck was happening, you know. And the biggest problem is I listen to rain sounds while I'm sleeping.
Oh, shit.
So the water didn't even wake me up. It wasn't until I was like it was like it had to start shooting off the ground onto the door that I was like, what is that sound, you know? And then I go out, and
once it's really a problem.
Yeah, exactly. You can see it on my Twitter. I actually posted a video. It's just it started coming from the ceiling, and it crumbled all of the ceiling tiles away. They just evaporated into nothingness, and the basement floor has wall-to-wall carpeting. So it was just a nightmare. So I mean, picture this, or try not to while I explain it. Actually, me waking up 4:30 in the morning, realizing that there is water everywhere, having to strip all of my clothes off so that I am not walking in toilet water. And after about an hour of trying to figure out how to prevent this from getting worse, just naked champ sitting on the stairs with my feet in toilet water, deciding if I wanted to cry at that moment or not, because I was just out of options. I was just like, this is going, and there's nothing I could do. I think I'm just gonna cry in the toilet water. And eventually it just stopped overflowing, and it kept it kept running, but it stopped overflowing, and it just became a total mess.
Sorry, that was very relevant for this conversation.
Try not to picture this, but let me explain it in great detail.
Yeah. Try not to picture it while I give you the visualization audibly, okay? I really just want people to think about me naked. That's the whole point of this story. But anyway.
That makes one of us.
Crying in the toilet water, great song name.
Ooh, or band.
That could be the name of our intro song.
Oh my god! Yes.
Oh my god! Yeah. So it was a rough week. I didn't do anything, and
you just drew that right now.
I doodled.
Hey, that's beautiful.
That's how long you know you talked for.
I'm really good at talking. I've tried to explain this to you guys before.
So you didn't do any reactions then today? I mean,
I didn't do anything new. I just I showed up for one day. I brought all my shit up to this room, and I recorded just like one day's worth of Patreon content just to like satisfy the people that I promised I would get stuff out to. And then I went the fuck back to my other house. So I haven't even had my computer until today again. So this is my first day with my computer. I'm going to move all the shit back down to the basement because now that shit has been taken care of, hopefully. And I'm going to start back up tomorrow.
That's a good segue. And since you and Ryan brought up Patreon, Gaijin Guys now has a Patreon set up where it's an exclusive chat right now with all the four of us. We have new perks coming. We're going to discuss it more after this, but it's going to help release the podcast everywhere and keep that running because we have to pay a monthly thing. So we're raising support for that and hopefully get more edited videos and stuff like that later down the line. That's what it'll be used for. And other things. We're kind of hashing it out still. So you guys, there will be a perk in the future where you guys choose us all to react to, and then we'll all do it, and it'll be all on that page. So go ahead and check that out. It's just Gaijin Guys, patreon.com/Gaijin Guys.
I'm so excited for that part. I really want to see like, I don't know, just the whole concept of us four doing like individual reactions to the same exact song and releasing them in like one spot to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
like if I was watching like reactors that I wanted, like that would be like the perfect thing, you know? Like, oh, I get to see all their
unless
different
they hate
responses.
one of us.
Hey, yeah.
Unless they hate one of us.
Well,
yeah, and like
they'll just confirm, well, yeah, I knew he was better than him.
Hey, it'll get us all to do our best.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we all bring something completely different.
Yep.
You know?
So yeah, so that'll be like the kind of incentive. So we'll bring you guys value also. And like I said, I think we're going to keep this consistent every Sunday, same time. And then I can't wait to release it up on all the platforms. That should be out sometime this week. I didn't have a chance to get to it all the way. I got all the audio mastered and finished. I've been editing all of our episodes, so I'm pretty much done. So now that I'm done with editing that, I'm going to upload that to the RSS feed, and that'll go directly to Patreon as an early access thing. And then you guys will have it. So if you guys can't watch on YouTube, you can just listen to it through any of those platforms.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, how many of us are listening to like Spotify or iTunes or whatever in the car? So like as soon as that gets up there, like that's how I listen to most of my podcasts.
Is Gaijin Guys published yet?
It is. Yep. Gaijin Guys,
Oh,
patreon.com/Gaijin Guys. Yep.
I'm gonna go subscribe right now.
This is a little cool thing to answer right now. Pi wants to know, where did the Gaijin Guys name come from? Sorry to highlight your comment, but I can't find it. But I saw the question.
Yeah, which of you brought that up? Was that you, Ryan?
I think it was Ryan.
Yeah, I posed the question to my Discord, and I'm like, hey, you were trying to think of a name. What do you think? And I got about 40 different names, and I shared them with the guys, and we kind of whittled it down to a few, and that stuck. Made sense. Basically foreigner outsider.
It was literally the one that we all liked.
Right.
Yeah. We kind of like said, let's name like our 4 favorite, and the only one that spanned all 4 of us was Gaijin Guys. I mean, I don't know about you guys personally, but like one, the alliteration, it just sounds good rolling off the tongue. Right. Gaijin Guys, right?
I just like 2, that as GG as the initials.
GG, good game, baby. Like there's a lot of things that is really good about that. But also, like, before you guys told me that it wasn't offensive and I thought it was offensive, I kind of liked it anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, I was into it just ooh, foreigner. That sounds a little mean to ourselves. I like it, but yeah.
Next week I'm working on sound bites. I'll get that added on there, the GG one. We replace that with moist. I hate doing the moist thing now that I know that there's a YouTuber that does the moist critical thing, and I'm like, I don't want to do this now. Like, there's already somebody like big that does it.
Yeah,
like,
Penguin Zero.
Yeah, so now
that guy's cute.
So
everybody knows that guy too.
Yeah,
they're all gonna think you stole it.
Yeah, exactly. I just found out about it. I'm like, oh well.
Huh.
It is what
it's
it
like
is.
in 2nd grade when I discovered that the jetpack wasn't my invention.
Man, that had to be crushing. Oh, what do you mean?
I literally thought that I was the first person to think of the jetpack.
You know what, Wave? I was on the same boat with you. Same thing for me, man. I wasn't a jetpack, but I'm like, what if you had an individual device like you could just strap on? I didn't call it a jetpack, and then
strap on.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, like you just like so you could fly around and stuff. I was like,
okay.
Yeah.
That's not. I didn't know you were talking about a jetpack at first.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Wave.
What the hell are you?
I can't
about,
when I live
dude?
with Rosie.
Ooh, there's another argument for a live stream.
I love this. He's gonna have toilet tears PTSD.
Yeah, you keep.
Okay. Yes, true.
All right, let's jump into the news. So we have more of the Gazette, and I have an interesting comment that came up for the Gazette too that I didn't even think about. So it'll like go hand in hand. And let me pull that up. So we got the Gazette Blinding Hope live video released. I haven't seen it yet. I'm like, I wonder if I should try reacting to it. I'm not sure because, like I said last stream, everything gets blocked. But I was considering trying just do reaction anyways. But Japanese band The Gazette has released a live performance of Blinding Hope on their YouTube channel. It's for the 20th anniversary performance. And the recording took place during the band's live 2021 demonstration experiment, Blinding Hope. The show was first performance of the Gazette in 2 years. I didn't realize that it had been 2 years. So that's pretty awesome. The song is the lead track from the Gazette's 10th album, Masked check it out if you guys haven't yet. It's really good. Available as a CD and exclusive additional English. And what is this Ramaji lyric translations book? I'm pronouncing that weird.
That's
Japanese
like how you
spelled out
sound
with English.
Yeah.
That's how you what?
It's Japanese spelled out so we can read it, but it's still a Japanese
It's
word.
phonetically. It's phonetically.
phonetic.
For English readers.
Do you think that would help? Like to actually go through like that? They learn Japanese?
Yeah.
No.
I don't.
I can tell you what the word means.
Well, I mean, for pronunciation, like when you're learning your characters.
Oh, it's just pronunciation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it just
though.
tells you how to sound it out.
That's what I mean.
But-
Like that's pretty helpful.
Well, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it would probably help as you're like in the midst of learning it, but you still need all the other like structural, like
Of course. But
throw
half the
things to
battle
different
is
places.
pronunciation, Like I think. For
the accent too. I mean, just pronouncing it like a white person doing it,
Yeah.
it still sounds wrong. You got to get that like sort of I don't know. You got to make your mouth move in the right way.
Yeah, exactly. But there was a cool comment that's brought up. Let's see if I don't mess this up. I'm going to pull it up real quick. But I don't know. You guys going to check that out during the week? I think it would be a cool song to check out.
I watched it already today.
Yeah,
oh,
same.
well, tell us what you
In
thought about it, man.
preparation.
What did you think?
Wave, go ahead.
Well, I watched it while I was working out. It was a pretty good song to work out to because it started out really, slow and epic, or what the heck did I just say? It
I
started
don't know
out
what
slow.
you just said. What the fuck? Are you all right?
I wasn't expecting to talk about it.
Speaking
I
of
was like,
slow, no, I
well-
was kidding.
The hell do you watch it for?
I'm kidding. Maybe you should go first.
I just
Ryan.
wanted to know what you guys were talking about.
Guys, make sure you like this video. There's 84 of you in here. Just
you guys
just like it.
and there's a lot of you commenting right now too, which I love to see. Keep the chat going, guys.
All right.
And I also love how immediately nervous Wave gets randomly when somebody asks him a question, even though he spends all of his time like
You said you're going to
talking
prepare.
on a camera anyway.
Dude, but I need to be prepared. Like that's why I'm always
gave
on
it to
Alan.
you.
Like, what are we talking about this? I know. And I watched it and I still can't talk. But, no,
I didn't
that's
I
why
didn't even
always-
watch it, but I'll talk about it right now. Let's go.
Promise you, Wave, I will have all the articles ready for you by the end of Friday. Because I got to wait for the week to go to see what the news
Oh
is
yeah,
come
yeah,
out. Yeah.
that makes sense.
Mm.
No, I'm not drinking yet. I promise.
So are we talking about the Gazette song right now, or the
Oh, we're talking
song?
about the Gazette song.
Gazette.
So we'll go back to Ryan. Ryan, you go ahead and talk about it while Wave thinks about it.
All right. So, I liked it. It's a pretty good song, but I found myself after a few minutes like skipping through because I kind of knew where it was going. I don't want to like dump on it or anything. It was, wasn't bad, but it could have been probably about 2 minutes. It was like a 6-minute song. It probably could have chopped off 2 minutes. It would have been fine.
Would have been perfect.
But, that's just like one tune. I'd imagine, it's probably with more context, it'd be like a big build up song or something like that. So, but I liked it. I liked the solos. I liked the vocals a lot. So yeah.
Just nothing reinventing the wheel.
No.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
not to me.
I can't remember which song that was, and I didn't watch that live one yet. I was gonna watch it after this, but I'll check it out right now. I can't remember which one because there was one song that was like old school to Gazette, but was near the end of the record, and I think it said on here which track it was on the record. I think it was the last song. It was the last song that I wasn't a fan of on that entire album, but the rest of the album I really enjoyed.
Now, how many tracks are on that? What did they say? Track 10?
I think it's 10. So if they said track 10, that's probably the one that's more Gazette sounding. And that's what I'm not a fan of. I was actually more a fan of the other ones because they're like different. They were like
What would
more
you consider? What would you consider to be like Gazette sound? Like what genre? Like
It was more. I guess I had more like interesting key change. It wasn't like typical. You couldn't predict what was going to happen like you can normally do with Gazette songs. Like Ryan was just talking
okay.
about. I think he was able to predict that one, and I think that's the song that I wasn't a fan of. And it was very well produced. Like all the songs were really well produced, and I even think that song was well produced too. But it was more on the visual key side. It was more like, okay, I know what's going to happen, kind of thing. It's like personal
I
preference.
skipped like where I thought the solo might be, and that's right where it was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
This kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of like a Kill Switch Engage with less intricate riffing.
Yeah.
I like Kill Switch.
Yeah,
I'm a
love
Kill
Kill
Switch
Switch
guy.
engaged.
Yeah. But without the riffing, I guess it's not as great.
Yeah, but it's one song, so yeah, there's.
Yep. Wave, what did you think of the song? Did you
That
come up with
mention
something?
it, like, now that you mention it, I did start listening to the album that we talked about last week, Mass. Was
Yes.
it? And like, I really liked the fusion of sounds with like the metal and electronic and the cool sound effects and stuff. And then the one I watched this morning, it didn't feel the same to me.
It
like
doesn't.
you guys were talking about. It was more like straight up metal, you know?
Yeah, because
Seems like an
that's
odd
the
one to try.
traditional Gazette sound, I think. But the album is really good. Like, I just no denying
with
it.
that.
It's
I liked what I
Mass.
heard.
It's really good.
You know, I wonder if that has to do with just like this often happens from like what from my experience. I think that most of the time the bands release like big music videos or whatever, like especially when they're promoting something large, like a big reunion or like this 20-year anniversary, I think. They usually go with that song that is like the most mainstream appealing one, that's the most like sort of covers what they are as like, you know, an entity or whatever, and they veer away from the ones that are being the more experimental or whatever. So
I agree.
You know, whenever they come out with it, it's even like you know, go to Bandmate. Like, I love the song Manners, but for example, you know, Manners made a lot of sense to put out first because it's probably the most simplistic song on the whole Unseen World album.
Right. It'll appeal to the most people.
Exactly. So like that's probably what they're doing right here, and I assume that, you know, with the rest of the stuff, it's just gonna, if they do release other music videos, then it'll probably be like, you know, the better songs after the first one.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I agree. But overall, like I said, I would say everyone give it a listen. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, try everything out for yourselves anyway. We are not the masters here.
This is just our opinions.
So here's another thing that came up. I've been loving this song, dude. I can't stop listening to it. I want like a whole album that sounds like this now. I don't know why. I think it's just nostalgic for me. But that Sims Attack on Titan, the rumbling, I can't stop listening to it. I already recorded a bunch of guitar stuff for it, like cleaner guitar, because my only gripe was the guitar was really muddy. So I made like cleaner, heavier 7-string genty riffs to it.
Oh, nice. You can hear like the tone of the guitar better.
Yeah, like I did on my 7-string, and I enjoyed it a lot. So, but it was fun. The riff on it is it sounds simple, but there's like this weird pickup double strokes. That sounds horrible on the low end string. That's really interesting because it sounds like it's just going da na 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 na. It's not. There's like a little skip inside of the riff, and it's like what? What is
so
this?
the tone kind of hid that intricate little.
Yeah, the tones really hide it in, but there's like a lot of cool things on the guitar that I really enjoyed about it.
And there's a ton of production on the song too, so it's almost like they're hiding stuff all over. You'll probably find Easter eggs if you could really like hone in on each instrument on its own. It's probably much cooler than it sounds like as a whole. You know what I mean? Like, I love that sound of it as a whole. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that like it does sound kind of simple instrumentally until you can really like focus in on it. I've listened to it a ton of times also. I know I still haven't put my reaction up because everything. But like
you'll get it up. No worries, man. That's not horrible.
Yeah. But it will come up.
You'll get it up. Don't worry. We believe in you.
I'll get it up one day.
With the right
it's a struggle. It's got to be the right day. I've got to be in the right mood, but it'll go up. Life isn't easy, guys. That's all I'm saying. But I do really like this song.
Or is it going to take a while?
Well, at this point, it's been so long since I've uploaded anything. I have to assume it'll be pretty instantaneous. But
gotta wait for the right moment.
Oh my god! And there's a thing that people, when they make comments, it was cool, but there is that one section.
When is Blue Chew going to start sponsoring us?
I know. We need a Blue Chew sponsor now. Guys, I've already reached out.
We just brought that full circle.
Jeez. But anyways, back to Sim. I really love this song, and I'm not going to go through the whole interview, but they have a whole interview that they just released about creating Attack on Titan's opening theme song, The Rumbling. And it's so interesting what they labeled them as. They labeled a Sim as a reggae punk band.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh shit, you guys can't see it. We're gonna talk
I was
about that in a
like,
second.
I think we're reading YouTube comments right now.
Yeah, we'll do that YouTube comment afterwards. I was supposed to do it actually before Sim. Oh well, but but yeah. So it's a reggae punk band. I don't know if I agree with that. I think they're.
Can you say more than that?
I think they're everything. But so
there was definitely okay. So in that song in particular, I would not add reggae or punk to the definition.
Reggae was in there though. Reggae
was
was in
there.
there.
Just a tiny section though.
They had that little part where
That's
they were
the
doing
reggae.
the up picking, right? Like
That's-
the upward picking.
That's all you need for reggae.
Like in
You
the
didn't
middle
know?
of the song. Yeah, it's true. But it was like I don't know how
And
long was
bouncy
it? Like 15
bass.
seconds long.
And bouncy bass. Yeah, you had the bouncy
That to
bass.
me was like
you know, strokes.
there was so much like symphonic stuff though, and there was metal and like
Epic
to me,
strings.
yeah, I don't. Those are. I'd probably name like 4 other genres before I got to reggae and punk.
So since I was looking into this band so much, I thought this was interesting too. Was there all their names? The guitarist is called Show Hate.
Awesome.
I was like, all right.
Was that like Show Hate?
Or is it Show? Oh yeah,
probably
maybe
Show
it's like
Hate,
that. No, let's go with Show Hate. I like that better.
What was the other one? Sin and God.
Yeah.
Godry.
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 They've got confidence. I'll give them
Godry
that.
Hepburn.
So again, congratulations to Sim though. 30 million views on The Rumbling. Well deserved.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
band I
killing
really
it.
want to check
That
out
one-
more.
That my reaction to that like is number 1 out of the last 10 I've done.
Same for me.
I'm telling you guys, the anime corner on this podcast is gonna
Yeah.
boost those numbers.
Ooh. Hey, when are we implementing Anime Corner?
Yeah.
Soon.
Once we start
soon.
watching some anime, probably.
I'm starting next week watching it, so it's gonna be something that I do with the community and stuff.
I just got a
I'm
box set.
I'm starting with Attack on Titan. So
Nice.
Mogus in the chat just asked, "Is reggae punk an actual thing?" And the answer is yes. It's
Oh
called.
yeah.
I call
Ska.
it ska.
Oh,
Ska.
it's called
There you go. You
ska,
read my
and
mind. Yeah,
and
it's
it's
ska. That's what you call ska.
Don't go check it out.
No, I disagree. Me and Ryan are going to fight on this one. Catch 22.
Oh,
Go check out
Yes.
all the Catch 22 songs.
I agree
I just
with you,
learned
champ.
a
Especially
bunch
if you
about
love
ska.
horns.
I like ska.
On
I
that-
like good ska.
Yeah.
Like some good ska.
There's a lot of
music.
bad ska though. To be fair,
There's a lot
like,
of bad.
If
Or-
you've ever gone to a Warp Tour or something like that, like 80% of it is garbage.
80
but
you're
like
right.
you're gonna find when Less Than Jake gets on that stage, you're gonna let's do
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
ska's always to me like there's really
Sublime,
cool
yeah.
parts in it, but I know the goddamn horns are gonna come in.
I love the horns.
Shut up and play the guitar.
I love the horns.
Don't like mariachi
Shut up
music.
and play the guitar. That's Ryan's
That's
next
already
shirt
cool.
design. That's
That's a
I
Zappa.
learned
That's a Zappa thing anyway, though.
on my live stream this past week, Friday, I learned that ska actually existed before reggae.
What the f?
Yeah, people told me it originated in the 50s. And it
People
makes
told
sense
you.
because the horns, well, in the chat, but it makes sense because like brass instruments, like, you know, came way before guitar.
That's true.
That's true.
So it makes
But-
sense. It was just like the upbeat.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Hold
That's
on
what
though.
the chat said.
Guitar's pretty old.
Hold on though.
Electric
Ska-
guitar, yes.
Ska's
Classical
supposed-
instruments?
Hold on. Ska's supposed to have guitar in it, so that's why I find that, right? Ska's supposed to
know.
have guitar in it.
I guess it's
So-
like we're probably talking about like variations, right? Like
Yeah,
of
exactly.
either or. So it's like you probably did have some like upbeat sort of horned music before you had, I guess, punk music.
Mhm.
You know, at some point. So I could see how it would like sort of be like that. But the actual like ska as we know it, like, you know, the up picked chords, like the reggae style chord picking, plus the horns and the fast punk style drumming.
Goldfinger?
If I may jump in here, I just Wikipedia'd this. It says ska is a music genre that originated in Jamaica in the late 50s and was a precursor to rocksteady and reggae. Combines elements of Caribbean mento and calypso with American jazz and rhythm and blues.
Wow.
Good job,
Hey,
Wave.
I was right for once.
No.
Actually,
Good
it was
job,
my
Waves
chat.
community. Yeah, let's say
Yes,
not
exactly.
Waves community. Good job. right,
At some point, we got to give Wave some credit on something.
I-
Wave, good job. You brought it to
Good
the
job,
table.
Wave.
1 point.
I'm the one that looked it up.
All right,
Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan's a new fact checker. Fact checker. Wow, that's not horrible.
It's a
But,
secret. I'm not going to reveal how I do it either.
yeah, that's
What
why
is
you're the guy.
Wikipedia.
All right, so
The wake up idea.
going back to the conversation we had last week, we were talking about like Japanese bands blocking and all that stuff, and somebody brought up a really good point in the comment section. His name's John. John, thank you for commenting. He brought up a good point that I completely forgot about. And pretty much saying the thinking on this is that this is in regards to the video clip that I put up of the Gazette with the big cancel sign on it
Yes.
from the last stream. So we were talking about how they block videos, and I didn't even think about this. And this is a really good point, and there's some other points to add to this. But the thinking is that Japanese companies started blocking material in November of 2015, right after YouTube Red. I forgot about that. Later, YouTube Prime service came in. Japanese copyright law requires companies to monitor how their content is used publicly, since YouTube Red offered the ability to view the material offline. See, that's where you get like that shady area, and I completely forgot about that. And that's how YouTube gets away with making millions of dollars on other people. So this made
sorry to butt in here for a second, but what does that mean? Offline, you can, if you have YouTube Red, you can download the videos on YouTube.
Yeah. So I can download all the videos. I have YouTube Premium, so I can go download all of Ryan's videos and watch them offline. And
that's crazy. I have YouTube Premium also. I didn't know you could do that.
And that won't count for him. So that's why when you go to your monetization tab on there, it'll say you got paid for YouTube Premium or YouTube Red. It used to be on there. So you get a little bit more for Red, but honestly, we get fucked. When people actually have paid YouTube, we get screwed. It says
It's
you
also
get
divided
more.
because they don't serve any ads on it.
Yeah. So what I do though is I just replay it because they count it more with the views. But if you download it and watch it off of there, you lose views. It doesn't track. I
guess my question would be then.
They did have an update. Hold on. They did have an update in 2020 though. When you download the video, you can't just get it onto your computer. Of course, there's other ways you can do it, but now it does count the views. But this is in regards to 2015. 2015, that was not in place. You just straight up downloaded it. That was it.
Then that's how it happened.
Yeah, right, that's how it began. That's why. And
that's how it began.
They'd have to redo whatever their structure is for blocking again.
That's why bands like Bandmade and Maximum Hormone started coming around and saying, okay, they fixed that problem and now they're not being blocked. But some bands are still in that thing because Sony is Sony, and they think it's still going on.
And
that's kind of the
WMG
backstory of it.
Okay, I still don't really understand though what. Why don't you finish reading the comment if you're going to keep going before I say what I'm going to say?
Okay. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only issue at hand, and absolutely right, that wasn't the only issue. I'll explain what the other issue was. But Japan in general has been much more restrictive in general about user privilege and copyright materials. Generally, Japanese industry and government have more control over what users can do with the content. Totally true. I also think that the people at the top of the food chain have much different views on this, people closer to the bottom of the food chain. But you guys get the idea. So actually, it's not just Japan. US is very strict. Like, try reacting to US songs. They all get blocked and taken down. Other channels that do it. US is right up there with Japan. I think we're in the Japanese world, so that's all we're seeing. But it happens a lot in the US too. US and Japan are very blocked. So the reason I know of is because record labels sell their songs as catalogs to people. So if other people are getting it for free, it diminishes the value of their catalog. So that's why they take down videos, because they don't want their catalog to be diminished, because other companies won't buy that catalog because they're going to be like, well, people are just doing it for free online. I thought I had exclusive rights to the song. Hence the reason why I bought the rights to do my covers, because now I can get some of the revenue because I have the right to share that song. You know what I mean?
So I see. Okay. So first on the comment that was left.
Yeah.
I don't understand how, blocking reaction videos or whatever would stop people from downloading videos. I don't really see the correlation between the two of those, but
it doesn't. But it prevented people at the time because people would download it, but some people are not that bright and they just know, oh, hey, I can download it with YouTube Red, right? So that's all they know of. And that's millions of people. Most people don't go the back way route and try to download videos.
I guess it just doesn't seem like a good reason to block reaction videos. I don't really see why one.
Well, that's why they fixed it, and then they took it off. They took it off and they made it so now it stays on the platform. And the reason why they did that is because you're losing out on views. Because for every 1,000 views, you get paid a certain amount of money. So when they would download it, they would lose out on the views, and that's why they blocked it. I know that doesn't make sense, but that forces people to go to the original video. It forces them to go to the original video and watch it.
Yeah.
But if everybody's downloading that video, watching it off stream, now they're not getting any counts to the views, was the thinking back then.
Right. So is this like a holdover from then? Like
that's what it seems like. That's what I'm getting the impression.
So Sony's still stuck in that mentality.
Okay.
And that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. They'll probably eventually remedy that if they see everybody else remedying it over and over again, I guess.
It's been like 5 years though. 6 years.
7 years.
I mean, what was it? You said
20.
2020 they started fixing it with some of them though? No, 15 is you said 15 is when they started this, right? But then like in 2020 they started fixing
whenever they got
right?
rid of YouTube Red, that's when they fixed it. Because now when I go download a video, it stays on a platform and it counts your views.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, when it comes to the copywriting stuff, if there are distribution deals, it sucks that that this is the case, but like if there are distribution deals with certain large corporations that have the rights to promote and sell your music because you sold it to them exclusively to be able to do that, I can see why they would not want it. Wouldn't at that point be the record label or the band or management blocking the videos. It would be the people that own the distribution rights for it that are blocking. Yeah, the publishers, which there's nothing you could possibly do to fix that, right? Like they literally own it and they're going to make less money even if we do promote the music for free because we're giving away their material. So it's different than if a band or a manager is blocking it or whatever, or a label, because then you go, why would you do that? We're giving you free promotion and you can take the take the money, right? Like you could just copyright it and take the money, the ad revenue. But if you're going to go through the publishers, they are probably making more money on large contracts, distribution, rather than just collecting small amounts of money from YouTube reactions.
Then they should really change the way they're doing things because.
But listen to this though.
That's how stuff gets spread.
As much as we know that Bandmaid's blowing up and Baby Metal's blowing up and Maximum or like all these Japanese bands, they're still not as big as these other bands. Like Femme is really big, and Ryan had this issue. We'll talk about Ryan's issue that he had with Femme. But the thing is, they're so big, they don't need extra people pushing their content out to stay relevant. So that's why they're okay with the covers of their song, but not the reactions. The smaller bands, not trying to say like the bands we listen to are smaller, but they are in relevance to K-pop, to bands in the US. They are, you know?
Yeah, labels have a smaller budget.
Yeah, so those small labels love the reactions because for them it's benefiting them because it is bringing more eyes to the band. You know what I mean?
Probably also don't have public or like distribution rights with large contracts to like, promote their material in other ways. They're probably doing that all themselves. So this is personally helping them.
I'm slightly worried with Bandmaid because they're slowly getting into movies. And when they start getting into movies, that means their songs could start being licensed to catalogs. And that's where the issue comes, is with catalogs. Because when they sell those catalogs to bigger companies that use all those, that have the rights to those songs, we might see Bandmaid blocks in the future. We don't know. They're not at that stage yet. But I always worry when I start hearing music in movies and stuff like that. That's when those, if you notice, like 90% of those songs generally get blocked in the future. But
that will be a bittersweet day because on one end it'll
be happy for them, right? Happy for them.
You got to be happy for them. You have to
Yeah.
be like, wow, you guys made it, but also like, shit, what are we supposed to do with our lives?
You know what? Or we can think of it like this. At least we're on the ground floor, and we can think of it as the whole community helped Bandmade get there, and the people that came in afterwards just came in too late.
Yeah, we should get some free tickets. Concert,
Right?
something.
There's a lot of ways.
I've given you my number several times.
There's a lot of ways to think of this.
Champ, you got to stop doing that.
There's a lot.
Sorry.
There's a lot of ways to think of this, but in my opinion, just play the game, and you know what I mean, and just be happy for what they're succeeding with and stuff like that. That's the way I kind of look at it. I just look at it as positive, instead of like all this fuckery. This is my take on it. It's just like, you know what, I'm happy for them. Get up there, get your money. You know, you can't do this forever, especially with music. Yeah. So I mean, you can, but you guys get what I'm saying. It's
the argument. It's the argument that I had 5 million times in high school with my metal friends that were saying, "Oh man, they broke through the mainstream. They're not fucking metal anymore." And I go, "Nah, dude. Just because they're successful doesn't mean they're not metal. You just are a bad fan. You're a bad fan.
You're a bad fan.
Yeah, you should be happy for them."
Yeah, exactly. So I'm still happy for them nonetheless. But of course, you know, I'm also can see the writing on the wall. You know, it's like, all right. I feel bad for new people getting into them, and if they want to do the whole reaction thing, you know, it might be a little late at that point. Huh?
True. But there are ways to fix it. You know what I mean? Like, listen, it's a pain in the ass. Don't get me wrong. But like, I got that Baby Metal video up last week, even though it got blocked. You could do it.
Yeah, true. But so yeah, I was talking about what Ryan went through. So Ryan has someone manually take down your fem reaction, right?
Yeah, because initially it didn't have any block on it at all. And
at all?
The copyright thing. No.
Oh, that's probably why then. I would re-upload it.
It hadn't got to him yet.
I would re-upload it.
Then, I don't give a shit.
You don't get I wouldn't either.
It's fine, you know. And then it came back. It's like this. It even said it was manually picked or whatever. I'm like, that's fine.
Crazy. Sure. So this is okay. I didn't know that. So now that I know that means you were monetizing at first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens is the manual people, they have a thing in their system where it shows them what's been copyrighted and not. So like my fem got copyrighted, so they just ignore it. But I think what happened is they probably fucked up and saw Ryan's, was like, this isn't copyrighted yet. And then they just took the whole thing down, which is stupid. Which is so dumb.
And I knew I figured it would probably get flagged for copyright, but you know, whatever. It wasn't a strike, it was just blocked. So, and I don't do that a lot. I mean, there's a few videos that happens, and some I've got some sharing, but you get like 15,000 views, you get like $1.30. I mean, it's like whatever. You know, that's not my main concern.
Keith Meyer wants you to do a fact check about Psyche being worth $1.5 million. Ryan?
No fucking way.
I read that.
She's let's just be clear, okay? She's not worth $1.5 million. She's priceless. Okay.
Yeah, good point.
God damn, that was a great answer.
Just nailed it today.
Look at Rich over here. He's nailing it today. Yeah, I'm gonna reset our audio real quick. All right, let's reset. Just because I know at that time I have a little timer reminding me to reset the audio before it goes popping on us.
Nice.
I'm looking to get that fixed, guys. I'm looking into new software, so I don't have to worry about that.
Vladimir's got a good point.
What?
Let me pull up the comment.
Like,
here we go.
Like at the time that people are, you know, distributing their music, it might be in their best interest to not allow reactions. But as time goes on, the initial audience that they paid for with the big bucks to promote their music, that fades away. And to keep them relevant into the future, you know, reaction channels, they introduce it to younger generations, you know?
That's a very good point. But some of these companies are just not picking up on that. So you could have a strategy. You're right. You could develop a whole entire strategy around your releases, right? First, you don't allow it. Then you allow it 2 years later. But
No, the opposite. You got to go. You got to
Or
allow
whatever
it for
way.
the very beginning, right? Then
Yeah.
you stop allowing it once you get a publisher, and then once you fade out of the mainstream, then you allow it again.
fuck, this is
So-
getting complicated.
Yeah. Well, look at all these guys, these old guys that are selling their rights. Whoever's buying those rights are not doing it thinking they're going to get minimum value out of it. You know,
That's true,
They
and they're
put
buying it
millions
for
into
large.
and they want to make even more millions out of it just because they're greedy fucking
Well,
bastards.
publishers got smart also because now they figured out how to work with DistroKid and stuff like that for guys like us to license it. So that's pretty cool. Even though they're being greedy and taking more money, they really are. They're getting extra money, but I'm really happy my covers are not blocked and I can release them on Spotify.
No kidding.
Right.
Yeah.
I like to share my music, share music I learn about with other people, and have them discover it. They just want to make money. They don't give a fuck who hears it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And you know what? As much as we like justify like the reasoning for whatever the businesses are choosing or the publishers or whatever, it's like at the end of the day, for me, I would not have heard of any of the music that I listen to now if it wasn't for YouTube
Same.
and
Yeah.
for reaction videos and for those people promoting them out to me. So it's like I'm talking about, mid-range bands, old bands that I had never listened to before, bands that are currently happening now, potential bands. All this stuff is like 98% due to YouTube over the last 5 years and reactors and stuff like that. And so to me, like whatever value they think they're getting out of a big deal, I think is mitigated almost entirely by the fact that all these new fans are going to pop up via YouTube stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably an impossible thing to actually put numbers on exactly. But from my perspective, everybody, I would want everybody promoting my music from all
Well,
angles
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. And
agree.
because that generates like a real community. And this actually ties in to what I had planned to talk about today is the difference between a community generated with radio play or, paid ads or whatever, and the community that is generated by reaction videos. Because people can interact in the comments. They get to know each other. Like all the people here
Yes.
in the chat, they know each other. They have this community. They get excited about the new music together and their community with us.
They
too.
give a fuck. Like, I would never
Yeah.
trade this in for anything.
It's
honestly.
lifetime fans that will never fade away. Like they're gonna listen to anything Bandmate puts out in the future or whatever band it is because they've become part of this community.
I already said this. If I ever got any offers, I would work that in my contract where it would say there would be a lot of fucking stipulations in that contract allowing people to play the music, share it, and stuff like that. There would be a lot of like asterisks in that contract. That's for sure. Because then you could get the best of both worlds, and some people do that. I think actually it was Taylor Swift, I think, that said "fuck you" to her record label, and then re-recorded her entire album and made it 10 times better than the original
That's right.
one.
Yeah, when somebody bought a
Yeah,
Taylor
that's
Swift.
amazing. That's shout out to her for
They
that.
only had
That's some rock
they
star
only
shit
had
right
the
there.
physical rights, not the actual composition rights. So
Yeah.
she could re-record
Wow.
everything.
Brilliant.
It was-
and then her
I
songs
mean-
do sound better if you compare them. You can't even find
Yep.
the record label version. Like, it's crazy.
Oh,
But if you look for
That's
it,
good.
it's hilarious. Because
That was one of the most baller badass moves in the music
Yeah.
industry in like
Yeah.
the last decade. And
She
coming
changed
from
shit.
Taylor Swift. I thought I used to hate her. I'm not gonna lie. I hated Taylor Swift because back in the day, I remember there being lawsuits from her management team against like kids' families for
What?
making fake.
That's
Yeah,
probably why
for
she
making
left.
like fake patches and putting them on their backpacks and
Oh,
stuff
wow.
like that. And they were like, and
I didn't
people
know
would like
that.
report it, and then like her management team would like sue the family for the kid that has a fake patch on their backpack. And I was like, I can't believe
Is that
like,
true, though? Really?
Yeah,
That's
probably
no,
had
it was
nothing
happening.
to
There
do
was,
with that,
There was
though.
several lawsuits. She
It was
Ryan,
probably
can you
all the
fact check
people
this?
trying to make
Actually,
money
probably
off of
did.
her.
it
and not
was
actually
definitely
her.
her team and not her. But at the same time, I'm sitting there as like, I'm thinking like, come on, man, if I knew that this was happening and I was her, I'd be like, I'd put an end to it. But
Right.
anyway,
I think she
regardless,
did, though.
Yeah, you can't know what it's like to be that freaking famous and how
yeah,
insulated you are. From what's
I
going
can't.
on.
I can't put myself in her shoes. Maybe she had no fucking clue.
I don't
Maybe
think
it
she
was
had a
all-
clue.
Maybe it was all her idea.
She is pretty clever.
Arrested.
Yeah, she knows how to make her money clearly.
Write a
But
song
like
about it.
at the same time, like at this point, gained so much respect for her for doing this in the music industry. And I did, for the first time in my life, listen to an entire Taylor Swift album when she was re-releasing all of those songs on YouTube. I just listened to them all. I hadn't heard most of them, but I was like, these sound pretty good. I'm not gonna listen to it, but good for her. I'll give you a view.
I was the same way, Rich. It's not the same thing.
But I'm not jamming out to it in my car, but I'm gonna press the like button because I like what you did.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna come back and talk about Cluppo.
Oh, thank God.
I can see it again.
For the break or to talk about Cluppo?
Moist. Welcome back, everyone.
That should have come with a trigger warning.
All right, we're back. Hey, before we start this, the last segment of today's podcast, make sure you hit the like button. Hit that like button, guys, because we have 100 people here watching, and there's only 94 likes.
Do it.
So therefore, we can't start. Remember, guys. Honestly, though, if you guys do this, it does help push this video up an algorithm, and we can get more people into Japanese music. That's the whole point, and to show off this amazing talent from over there. So make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. Yes, Blitz, you have to.
Well said.
Holy crap! That went up 10 in the last 10 seconds.
Boom.
Wow.
Oh, thank you, guys. There we go. So, man, what are we talking about next? Just kidding.
How cool the chat was, but also Miku.
We're talking about Cluppo.
And
Okay, so
Cluppo.
Miku put out a nice email. You guys probably all got it. If you guys are part of the fan club, I think you get it, or I think anybody who's just subscribed with their email gets it. But so to summarize it, March 9th is when the full EP comes out, and the title is Hotful, which means heartful, colorful, full of doves. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Please correct me. Yeah? Close enough?
Is that it right there?
I think it's Hotful. Hotful.
Okay. So she's explaining like the new costumes and stuff like that. So, and she's begging us all to get it. So there's going to be 6 songs that have different colors. All right. So
cool.
that's the new. And by the way, she has a TikTok. I'm releasing a compilation video of that of me watching TikTok. I still feel weird watching TikTok. I know it's Miku, but I still I'm not a fan of the TikTok stuff.
I am subscribed to one person on TikTok. It is Miku.
Is it
By the way, it's Miku.
Why not
She's the only
Dichotic?
person that I follow, so I've
Why
seen
not
all of her
Dichotic?
TikToks.
You should follow
Sorry.
Dichotic too.
Sorry, homie. Miku and Miku alone. I will not turn on TikTok for anything other than the love of my life. Okay.
I'm gonna cry.
Whoa.
When are you starting your TikTok?
Whoa, fuck.
Yeah, dude. You guys surprised by this?
You got very serious there. It's got serious.
Now all of a sudden you're going to be blocked from Miku's TikTok.
I know. Miku, if
At least I'll know that she knows
if
who
there's
I am.
anyone outside your window, it's probably Champ. No,
Oh, jeepers.
Listen, Miku, if you
Oh,
listen
jeepers.
to this, I just want you to know that even if I did want to do that, I am way too lazy. The furthest I will stalk you from is my phone.
oh my God. Blitz,
You mean the closest?
And not a stalker. I mean,
Blitz's comment
Yeah,
is
it's
the
just somebody
greatest.
watching social media. That's all.
You
I
know
am.
love without proof is called stalking. I love that.
Wise words.
So, Wave, I think you had some stuff to say about you said you're listening to, what were you listening to exactly while working out?
Oh, Cluppo.
Yeah. What
Her,
about
I mean,
Cluppo?
her Peace and Love and Flapping Wings.
What do you think
And
about
let me
those songs?
say, they're like the perfect workout songs for me.
You got the upbeatness, right?
Yeah.
Very positive.
rhythm
just
wise,
like-
okay.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
the
I listen to
perfect
death
BPM.
metal, so I don't know.
So today, before I got in editing my video, and I'm sitting there with my wife, and I'm like, well, let's check this out. I haven't watched these whole songs yet for Cluppo stuff. So I played one. I'm like, all right, not bad, not my thing, you know. And then I played Flapping Wings. I was like, this is really not my thing.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Is it good
either.
for what it is? Yes, but ooh.
Yeah,
It's so interesting.
She
Well, first
really
of all, I have
loves
to
it.
ask. I have to ask, Wave, what is this working out?
yeah. How do you work out to this?
heard
Can you
about
show us a
I've
demonstration?
never, I don't even know what that is.
Can you demonstrate your moves?
People move their bodies?
We'll have to ask Rosie.
But also, I wanted to.
You have to ask
I want-
Rosie to show us your moves for working out. This is getting really weird.
I'm just curious though, like why do you think Cluppo is a like good workout music? Is it it's just the overall vibe? Like it makes you happy, it makes you want to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, I can't help but hear Miku sing and be happy.
While working out.
That's all
I
right.
need
That's
to be
very
upset
simple.
when
You
I'm
make it
working
something
out.
happy instead of angry.
I have to be
Yeah,
angry
exactly.
while I'm working out. I don't know why. That's just how I have to do it.
See that's so funny though too, because that makes a lot of sense to me also. But I can never
Yeah.
work out to death metal. I would be thinking too much about it, and I wouldn't want to like move. I just
Oh
be
no,
like,
I have blast beats
I'm all in
going.
my head.
No,
I listen to if
I
I'm
listen
gonna
to
run or
Band
something.
Maid and Maximum the Hormone and Baby Metal probably the most actually while working out. I like a good like mix, especially
So
while
you're
I'm
like-
running.
Those are also like your favorite bands, right?
Yeah, they are.
You're
so,
basically
yeah,
listening
yeah,
to your favorite bands.
Yeah.
I usually rock out to K-pop if I'm gonna go for a run or something like that.
I just
honestly.
try and eat less.
Same.
Just running for no reason, shit.
I put on a couple pounds. I guess I want to eat dinner for the next 2
Yeah,
weeks.
I'm gonna skip fries. Maybe get a small soda. I don't say soda, small pop.
You say pop?
Buddy Pop.
Who else says pop?
No, I've never said that in my life.
Say it.
I literally do it just to.
Rich, what word do you not say ever in your life?
I've never said pop in reference to soda before. What is that? A middle
Fair.
middle of the country?
Midwestern thing.
Midwest?
Yeah.
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Kinda-
Yeah.
Buddy
Kinda
Pop.
pop.
I think it's. I don't think a person from Jersey has ever said it, like
I
ever
don't
in the
think-
history.
no.
Of
Like, what kind of Coke you want? Mountain Dew, Pepsi?
Yeah.
But it's all Coke.
What kind of Coke you want? Is that what? That's funny too, man.
That's a Mexican thing, I thought.
Whoa.
What kind of Coke you want? Sprite.
That's true though. I've heard that somewhere. Like, what kind of Coke do you want? Like, what? There's different
Cola?
flavors.
Yeah, there are though now. Did
What
you
the hell are we
see? There's,
talking about?
It's like orange Coke.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't.
There are different flavors of Coke in Japan, so it's all connected.
Yeah.
There's an orange vanilla Coke that's out right now.
That's
I'll say that
delicious.
it's kind of banging. All right, just putting
It
it
is
out there.
delicious.
Yeah.
What flavor?
Orange vanilla Coke. Yeah, it sounds weird as hell, right? But like,
Yeah.
it's good.
Well, it's like
Good.
a freaking push pop, right?
Oh yeah, dreamsicle.
Oh,
I
you're
think
right. Yeah.
the
Toilet paper
vanilla Coke would be better without the cola flavor. Like, I want an orange vanilla.
Then it wouldn't be vanilla
soda.
Coke, dummy.
I want an
Isn't
orange
that
vanilla
just cream soda?
That is cream soda, I think. Yeah. But cream soda is the best soda, so that's fair.
All right, I'm
I'm
shutting
glad
up.
there's people tuned in to talk about soda pop Coke.
Hey, we're enlightening people here.
Soda pop.
This is important. We'll talk about Japanese soda next time. And everybody
So-
will be happy.
We should, you know what? We should, I've been trying to reach out to them. There's like this company in Japan that's been sponsoring a lot of channels. I'm trying to get them, but we should get one of those boxes and we'll just try,
Yo, we
try the
should.
food on stream.
Oh yeah.
We
What
should
is it,
do
Box-
like
What's
one of
that called?
those.
or something like that. Boxu or something.
Oh yes, Baksu.
I'm pulling out
Yeah.
my.
We should do like a
Patron of mine
Japanese. Go ahead. What'd you say?
As a patron, actually, a couple people have said they've sent me some food, but it's like held up just because shipping screwed up everywhere. It's like held up in customs.
Oh yeah.
Like, dang, man.
Yeah, that's
Try it out.
Mikoto sent me some awesome food from Hawaii that was delicious. He could probably tell me which one was my favorite because I already forgot, but it was really good. And Teresa,
Nice.
and Dano. I haven't seen Dano.
we need to do like a whole Japanese candy like
down.
snack taste testing thing.
Yes.
Well,
Like
let me see
I've
if they
watched
say
like
yes.
100 of those on YouTube before.
Dakota
So
says popcorn.
The popcorn. Yeah, I
sounds
think
like
Eric
good
and I
intent.
were arguing about the popcorn. So we're gonna give this over to Wave. He's going to talk about what I can't remember you were going to talk about. Oh, about Tank the Text video. I know we talked about it a little bit last time, but you were going to talk about that. And then I was going to talk about something to warn reactors about. So, but we'll start with you, Wave. Take it off.
Cool.
Take it away.
Yeah, I guess you guys did talk about this before, but I hadn't watched the video yet, so I didn't know what the heck was going on. But it was Tank's video about how artists and labels and distributors actually feel about reaction videos. And he actually reached out to people and got their feedback. Is that the same video you guys
Yeah,
talked
we
about
talked
before?
about it.
Yeah, we did.
You were there. You were
You
there.
were there. That was the crazy part is you were there. You're like, guys, check out this video. I think all of us were like, bro, we had a whole segment about it.
This is why I need to prepare ahead of time.
what I was
Or just pay attention
Otherwise,
during
I'm
the
like-
stream.
What's going
I
on?
promise. Or what Ryan said, pay attention. But that's true.
But maybe you could bring something different about it. Let's see.
Yeah, we want to hear your take though. No, seriously, like
Probably
that's
just
awesome.
repeat everything you guys said before.
No, go
just give us
ahead.
like
we want to hear
listen,
your
what
take, Wave.
Yeah,
this
what
is
is
you.
this? What is this podcast for? Like all
Well-
four of our opinions, right? We only got three
Exactly.
of them last time.
Yes,
so.
thank you.
Exactly. Go, Wave.
Well-
Take the floor.
It was
Tell us what's
notable
up.
to me because a year and a half ago, before I stumbled into doing reactions, I didn't really understand the value of them at all. So I was on that like critical side, like, what the heck is that all about? They're just stealing content. But now, now that I'd stumbled into this community and I've seen firsthand the value of it, helping people to discover new artists like Champ was talking about, or helping them appreciate their already favorite bands more, just sharing different perspectives. But I was just going to talk about some of the responses that stood out to me. One was Grant, the guitarist from Unleash the Archers, because I've watched a few of their videos in my live streams and they're really supportive of the reaction community. But he pointed out, and I'm sorry if you guys already talked about this.
No, we
Nope,
didn't.
we
I want to
didn't.
hear this. You've got me, bro. You've
don't
hooked me.
apologize. Don't apologize. Just this is your monologue. Go.
All right, sweet. He talked about how even though he's a professional musician and, he has that experience, he still notices things that he had never picked up on before when he watches reaction videos, which I thought, that's really interesting.
You mean reaction videos to other bands or to his own band?
I think he meant to other bands.
Yeah, you gotta assume, right? Like we're not
'Cause
getting
he-
anything that he doesn't know that he did it.
Yeah, you think he knows his music inside and out. But And then another thing that stood out to me is that a lot of them enjoy watching the emotional response that people have listening to, because people, it takes months of work pouring their heart and soul into it. They put all this work and it takes, you really make yourself vulnerable when you release new music, because you never know how it's going to be received. Yeah. You're opening yourself up to criticism of strangers. So artists have a huge emotional connection to their own music. So when they see it have an emotional impact on other people, like, they really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's one of the best things ever, man.
I think that's the whole point, right? That's like this. It's almost like that's why these things exist. Like I've never really heard it put so succinctly as how you just explained it, honestly, because I think about this all the time, especially when people ask me like, why do you love watching reaction videos so much? And it's like a lot of the time my head immediately goes to like, well, I want to be able to relate, I guess, to like, I want to hear somebody almost justify what I'm thinking, but that's not necessarily exactly what it is. If you take it to a deeper level, it's more about that emotional connection, where it's like they reacted to something that I legitimately felt inside of me, right? Like I felt
for
this
years.
Yeah. And now you're seeing them go, oh, I feel it too. And you're going, yeah, damn right you are. See what I'm saying? Like, damn right you are. That's the best feeling. That's why I think that was the perfect way to explain it, honestly.
What do you think, Ryan?
Well, okay, well, let's see. A couple of the guys I got into first was Stevie Knight, and then Lost in Vegas, because there were people listening to stuff outside their usual wheelhouse, and they didn't bullshit. They were honest about what they liked, what they didn't like. But because of that, because I started House in Chains, and they were watching Metallica and stuff like that, Lost in Vegas, and they were like kind of blown away by it, and they felt different things. Like they're listening to Black Sabbath, and they're like, "That is one of the grooviest drummers I've ever heard." I'm like, "Yeah, you're kind of fucking right. He is groovy as hell." But because of that, I would listen to other stuff that they appreciated as much as I did from the outside view, that maybe I would appreciate some of the stuff they love. So I started listening to stuff they like, and it turned me on to other music. So even though a lot of people see things for me that they already know the music, I've gotten more comments in the last 2 weeks about people discovering new music through my videos than I have any time before that. And I'm like, that's awesome. That's what I want.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
it's rewarding.
I was going to say, like Jamal, aka Jamel, one of my favorite reaction channels, I was the same way, like Ryan, like watching him react to Rage Against the Machine and System of a Down and stuff like that. Like all the stuff I grew up with as a teenager listening to. Like it's so awesome to watch. And I also wanted to mention that we got to remember that most artists, most musicians fucking love showing their songs to people. So when people are filming themselves reacting to their songs or your song, it feels good. When people were putting up songs, a Phoenix reaction, I was like, hell yeah. Like, who doesn't love that? Most artists love their songs being reacted to, even if it doesn't get a lot of views, because you still get to see somebody's facial expressions, talk about the song. Like, even for me, like, if anyone reacted to it, like, I didn't care. I just want to see what they thought. Like, okay, what do they think?
It means so much more than just a like on the video. You want to see where that like's coming from and that experience, because that's when you're making music. Like you just said, you want, like, I wonder if people would think this is cool. So like you said, when you can actually see that happening in real time, that means a lot to a musician.
Yeah, it does.
I've been honest about my ulterior motive. Like, it's like, if I can do this and get people to notice me, maybe someday somebody will react to my stuff. Without being bribed into it. and that would be a great thing for me to see somebody who has no connection to me hear it and respond. And I've gotten some, like, people on Discord, they listen to my music, and it's awesome to hear. They're like, yeah, I was listening to it, the other day, and that it's a cool thing, man. So
this is what Ryan was just saying. This is why it's not even, I don't even think it was ulterior motive. We want people to listen to our music. So the way that I look at reactions was, hey, let me show you guys what I like musically, but let me react to stuff I've never heard before. And now that you know that I like Maximum Hormone, Bandmate, or I like this band, but it's legit liking them, not fucking the people that bullshit like bands. But but it makes people more curious of, like, well, how do they play music, And
that's a funny.
I know that like Ryan thinks that his songs don't sound anything to what he listens to, but actually there's elements in your music that are very similar to what you like. Like in Konami's playing, very reminds me of how you and I play pentatonic scales. Because when I learned the solos for Bandmade, is very similar to how Ryan and I improvise. So I think that's why we like Bandmade so much. For him and I know I'm putting words in your mouth, Ryan, but I feel like that's why we are attracted to it so much. But could be wrong.
You kind of nailed it. The daydreaming solo she uses a section of the pentatonic scale I haven't seen anybody use, and I've been using it that same way. It's just
exactly.
Like, instead of here, you kind of bridge these two parts of it that everybody always uses, and it was just, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
That's so funny,
Nice.
man. Like I really. What about you, Wave? Like now I need to know why everybody loves Bandmade. You know?
It's funny you bring that up because, like, I was just last night and this morning working on my pentatonic because it's only 5 notes. You know, there's only 5 notes that just keep repeating octave to octave, but the structure you play it with, because as you move up the neck, the structure where those notes fall on the strings changes based on where you are on the neck. But it's crazy how much that affects the feel of the sound, even though it's just 5 notes.
Like
the way you play it,
where you play it, and how you
makes such a difference. But it's okay. Me and Ryan were talking about this on the live stream, how Nightwish and Bandmade share a lot of the same fans, even though stylistically they're so different.
Completely, yeah. They're not similar at all.
But they have certain approaches to composing their music that are similar. You know, like
I don't agree.
Just keeping it engaging it through the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Well,
the
then you're not looking
part,
at the same way we are.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say composition's different.
Just the attitude they go into the music with.
Okay. Gotcha.
Of engagement and, you know, and that's why it's so weird. It's because stylistically, when you look at it just from the outside, it's nothing alike. But Bandmade fans told me to listen to Nightwish, you know? So they share that community. Yeah. And that's kind of where I was getting to with the end of this whole rant is that, you know, a rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah.
The bands that have strong communities on YouTube that enjoy reaction videos are going to end up sharing the community, sharing the audiences because, you know, they're cool with people reacting to their music.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your talk. I didn't know you had more to say. My bad on that.
No, that's all right.
All right.
I wanted you guys to discuss with me, so that's all I had to say.
We're getting better, guys. So what we're doing from now on is we're going to go through our monologue, and then we're going to react to our monologues for structure and stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is seeming more organized, though. Hopefully it feels like we're getting better at this. But
yeah. And feel free to cut in anytime. Like, when I'm monologuing, I want the conversation like that. So...
no, I just want to throw in that
perspective. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, just because you guys were talking about like, you know, the pentatonic scale and how they utilize that or how Konami utilizes that and stuff. Like in the daydreaming solo, I think you were talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
No idea.
Beautiful.
Like no idea. Like I literally did not even notice that, think about that. At any point have I been like, I love the scale that she's playing on right now or how she's using it. I can't. My interest in them came from such a different like perspective that I just think that that's so funny that we can love this band or any band for that matter, coming at it from a totally different angle. Because it never even crossed my mind how she was utilizing.
Well,
that
for me,
I don't like it because of that.
Yeah, it started.
No,
with
I know,
surface.
but you appreciate that, right? Like that's something that draws you to it.
That's stuff I recognize on the second listen or third listen. You know what I mean? Like that's what happens to me.
I don't even know that. I mean, I don't even know if I could pinpoint the pentatonic scale. If you guys just like played it right now, I don't know if I'd be like, "That's the pentatonic."
Instagram.
Like honestly, go ahead. Well, there it is.
And if you want to learn
play it again in an hour, I'm not sure I'll be able to call it out.
If you want to learn it, go to my Instagram. I got you.
Yeah. But for me, like what draws me to them mostly is like the part to part composition rather than like what they're actually doing within the part and how they're utilizing. It's more like it's like I'm seeing it in the structure, like written down, like almost like a mathematical formula. Like we're gonna hit this part, and then we have to remove this, put this in, then we're gonna change this from the first part to the third part. I'm just like it looks like a formula in my head, and it's like at the end of it, I just go, oh my god, that's a perfect formula. Like I can use this formula to create anything in this world.
I gotta
that's like where my brain goes with it. I'm just saying this because I love that we all seem to come at it from different angles as to like why we appreciate them as a band.
I got a really good question to bring up on here from Metalhead's perspective. He's like, what about bad reactions, low quality, bad press within those reaction bands labels? Don't want to see that. How do you mitigate that? I think bad reactions are very valuable. Actually, not everybody's going to love everything. And I would like to hear some critique in songs or how they think it could be better. But if you're talking about bad reactions as in, all right, that was a great song, and then that's it. Okay, yeah, that one's just fucking awful. Yeah. But if it's somebody just shitting on the song, whatever, I'll listen. Let me see what they got to say. Like,
to me, it comes 100% down to the content and of what they're saying. Like, are they
how credible
literally
are they
giving
too?
any sort of like, do they have any perspective at all? Like, are they willing to back up whatever point they made at all, even a little bit?
Yeah.
If you're gonna say something like, dude, that sucked, that was trash, and then you're just gonna move on,
why.
like, what value does that?
Where did Alan go?
Yeah, where's the picture?
I don't know.
His power went out.
Well,
you guys can hear me, right? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I don't think somebody's going to watch a reaction, and if somebody says they don't like it, they're going to be like, well, I don't like it now either. They'll probably go.
Very true.
They won't gain anything else from that channel. They may go to the next person that digs it and then hopefully find something else they like. But
and that's the thing. Like,
it's up to the person kind of decide whether their word is worth a. Like Alan said, if they elaborate on it, why they don't like it, then maybe somebody could learn something from it.
It could they could have good points. I've always elaborated on the things that I've not liked, and I explain why. And most of the songs that I'm like not a fan of, a lot of it has to do with mixing. Normally what it boils down to for me. Like, and I always explain why. I'm like, but I always can hear it. Like, I'm like, man, if it was done like this song could be powerful. You know what I mean? Even more powerful. Like that's how I go about it. When I'm explaining like the stuff I don't like, I always give a reason why.
I think the value of bad reactions or bad reaction channels is the same as any other sort of content creation. Even just looking at bands in general, like in every genre, you're going to have a bunch of shit, right? You're going to have a bunch of crap at the bottom, and then you're going to have people that are trying that are not succeeding, and then it's going to, you go up to the ones that actually are succeeding. But I think that, like, at the end of the day, you can't have just good. You've got to have
everybody's super.
Yeah,
nobody is.
Right.
Yeah. You can't just have like the top 1% out there. You got to allow room for the ones that are, garbage, and the ones that are taking advantage of the system. All of that has to be an option.
Yeah, and people are smart enough to decide whether they're going to watch. Like, they're not going to keep coming back to a channel that's not offering any value. They choose to watch the ones that they actually get the value.
That being said, now I'm going to play devil's advocate against everything that we've just said for a second here.
All right.
Some of the biggest reaction channels are like, I'm not watching them, because I don't feel that they're really adding any sort of unique perspective or anything beyond just, they got, but that I'm not blaming them either. They got lucky, or, the algorithm blessed them, or whatever happened. Good for them,
There's somebody for everybody, though, too. There's
some
So there was a channel. I'm not gonna mention the name, that blew up because of a certain reactions they did, and they have like 200,000 subscribers. But when you go to the live or their videos, there's no comments, there's no interactions, or no nothing. So they get slammed.
That happens
eventually.
a lot.
They get lucky, but then they get slammed eventually.
Yeah. That's true. And there's also, like, we can't count out the fact that people they do buy, views and subs and shit like that. I don't know how you do that or why you would want to do that, because it's really not going to add anything to you. But, like, it used to at least be a really popular thing to buy subs.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
But then you're not getting, nothing's happening for you. Like you're not going to get anything.
Yeah.
I
No
And
one's
don't
gonna
know.
eventually YouTube's going to delete the bots too.
Yeah.
So I don't
Mhm.
really, it doesn't, but it was really popular. I remember back in like 2016, 2017.
I'm sure people are still doing it. I can guarantee it. And there's some people that are still doing it for sure. That I'm like,
But again, at the end of the day, you've got to have allowances for all this stuff because just like any other genre of content creation, like you've got to take the good with the bad. So it's like, whatever, it's fine. Just don't watch it if you think it's crap.
they were I lost the thing because the comments went down, but they want to know what you guys think of the dislike button disappearing for the public, guys. It's not disappeared for us. We still see it, but the public, they want to make sure our mental health is garbage to the max.
Didn't we talk about this before?
Not really, not as a podcast, probably
remember.
an individual. I know Champ and I talked about it, but
Oh, maybe I was listening to you guys. Never mind.
yeah. So I thought it was a cool thing. It was a good question. What do you guys think about it?
I think it's the worst thing that's happened to YouTube in the last decade. I hate it with my whole being. I think that all it does is they promoted it as we're trying to stop bullying. That was like their reasoning for it, right? But
I like the dislike so I can know not to watch the video.
One, I want that option for myself, but also it's like as somebody that makes stuff on YouTube, I see how much drama and like bad takes and like hot takes creates like, it's a controversy creates cash, right? Mm-hmm. And that's now you have people that can come on there and say whatever the fuck they want to say, the worst, most hateful shit that they want to say. And people will comment because they're going to be like, yo, fuck you for saying that, blah, 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 back and forth. But at the end of the day, their view count's going to go up and up and up. And it's like, you can
just a cesspool at that point of just negative.
Yeah, but that's what you're creating. That's what you're making YouTube into at that point. Because people are now no longer they're not getting, punished. There's no consequences for going on something and saying bad stuff, stupid stuff, or stuff that's just 100% untrue. There's no repercussions for it. In fact, you might actually get a higher boost from the algorithm now because people are going to comment more and
maybe.
That option is there.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I just like this so I could select the right video, but that was my only thing. What do you think, Ryan?
I don't know. If I see a video and it has like 90 likes on so many thousand views, and I'm just going to ignore it anyway. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to make my own decision either way.
Exactly.
I think you might be a more mature person though than like a large amount of the YouTube community, including myself. Honestly, I throw myself under the bus on that one, where if I see a video that has 400,000 views, right, and it says some crazy shit in the title, I might click on it and then listen to it and be like, that was the stupidest shit that I've ever heard. And then say that in the comments, therefore giving it more of a boost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The dislike button didn't really matter.
It didn't matter for me. Like in general, because I already know the creators I want to watch, so I don't. It doesn't matter anymore for me. I know who to go for the right information. So
I see Champ's point. It's it's an easy thing to see when you're browsing through stuff. Like, oh, that's probably bullshit. You don't waste your time. So I see your point. But
I don't know if it's just that for me though. I think it goes beyond that, where it's just like I expect people that are going to go out of their way to say stuff that is dramatic or controversial to succeed more because they don't have to deal with consequences.
Luckily, I do that naturally.
People not being able to see that. You know what I'm saying? People will listen to it because they're not seeing all those downvotes anymore. And they're going to go, okay, what does he have to say? Why has it got all these views? So listen, it might not get that bad. That's worst case scenario that I'm talking about. And at the end of the day, like really, we just have to adjust how we view it, right? Like now we just go, okay, what's the like to view count ratio rather than the like to dislike ratio? It's just a different math.
Yeah. The crazy part is the reasoning YouTube gives is clearly a lie, because they say it's to protect people from bullying, and yet now the only person who can see those dislikes is the person that
Yeah,
is the
that would get
bullying
bullied.
target.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was just saying.
obviously it's a lot. It's
Yeah.
the real thing is because, you know,
Fuck
they
our
don't
mental
want-
health.
they don't want the mainstream media companies to be seen, you know, like how many people actually dislike what they're putting out.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones paying
Good point.
YouTube for the views.
Let me interject.
Like I
real
said
quick. See a comment.
earlier, fuck our mental health.
Yeah, right. It's not about us. It's never going to be about us. But I see somebody. I lost. Oh, here we go. Chris Sholland says they only got rid of the dislike button because the official White House channel got ratioed. But I believe it was because the end of year YouTube music video that they put out had like 3 times more downvotes on it. That like it used to get like it was all upvoted all the time, right? But it got like terribly beaten, and they spend millions of dollars on that every year. I don't think YouTube themselves wanted people to see that. I don't think it had anything to do with any politics or anything.
Well, I was gonna say, like on the political side, real quick though, it's a really good point by Mikoto brought it up. Some of these big companies will threaten YouTube to pull their funds if they don't do certain things. So there's that.
Well, it's not just YouTube though. You got to remember, Google owns YouTube, and Google can own
that's what I
a lot
mean.
of things.
When I say YouTube, I'm talking Google. Like people can threaten Google, like that's paying them tons of money. They'll be like, "Hey, if you don't take the dislike button away, we're gonna pull out our millions of dollars." You know. But
So crazy. It's so crazy how much power
this
corporations
video has
have
one
over
dislike, guys. Fuck. I'm done.
All
Oh,
right.
shit.
Care.
That's a good ratio.
I don't care.
131.
Yeah, I really don't. See, that's the other thing about my videos. I don't care. You can download it
yeah.
all you want. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, and
Yeah.
as creators,
I used to care.
like
I don't care
dislikes
now,
are
but
helpful.
I used to care. It used to bug the
Here's the
fuck
way.
out of me.
Here's the way I look at it. If I'm trying to fix my car, or I'm trying to fix some faulty plumbing in my house, or I'm trying to fix my lawnmower, and I'm going to find a video
Oh yeah.
for information on that, I want to be able to see like how many people hit like, how many didn't, because
I agree.
that'll tell me, is this a good quality video? Is this actually the right thing I should be doing
Right.
in my car? Or
Right.
is this
Yes.
bad for
But
my
does
car?
not the algorithm give you the most popular one when you search for it as opposed to the least popular one?
Yeah, but popularity is no longer based on the
Still
like
gets the
dislike
downvotes,
ratio.
they're just not shown to the
Quality.
public. It's still getting downvoted.
True.
So doesn't that still apply?
I don't know how it works.
I don't know either.
Because
I
they
don't
say
either.
dislikes.
I watch a
also
video and the guy's an
help me-
idiot, I change it. This
But
guy
if you
doesn't
don't know how,
change
but
it.
if you're watching something and you don't know how to do
Yeah,
it,
if it's
you might
something
just
I have
assume that
no-
he's telling the truth. Like if somebody's
Right.
like, okay, so here's how you want to use your paint. Like you're learning how to paint a wall, and they say like, you know,
taste it first.
yeah, exactly.
Hopefully they learn from
we might be able to figure that out. But if they're
Okay,
like,
so I guess some people may benefit from that. I don't know.
yeah, there some people might, but
Like if they forget to tell you to disconnect your battery before you start taking out an electronic component in your engine,
You don't have to do that.
you're dead. You know?
they,
do that.
Although those people can't pound dislike. So I guess
I don't know. Take an extra second, look at the freaking comments, man. I mean, there's ways to know what you're looking at, but
there
that
is.
does make it easier. You know.
Hey,
I mean,
Ryan.
you're making it too easy for YouTube right now, Ryan. Ryan, they should be making it easy for us. Now you're making it easy for them.
Well, I got to dislike your freaking picture right here.
Hey,
Ryan, I got a question for you. I got a question for you guys that did the Attack on Titan. I actually got a lot of dislikes on Attack on Titan for some reason. Because a lot of people said they were being taken to my video, which I'm not complaining about, because they would type it in and come up on the search. Did that happen for you, Ryan?
What?
Where like, did you get any comments where people were like, "Why does your video show up and not the other video?"
No, everybody.
wait,
online
you
was
mean they
super
were
happy to
looking
be there.
for the original video? Is that what
Ryan,
you're
you
saying?
always say this. They're always happy to. I'm putting negative comments on Ryan's video right now. I hate this
That's always talk
channel.
about negative comments. I don't know.
No, I love your channel actually.
I didn't see anything about that. There's actually not a lot of comments for the views it has. There's not a lot of comments on it compared to my other videos.
I got a bunch of comments of people saying, "Why does this show up instead of XYZ?" And I'm like, I don't know. I guess so. It's
I didn't make
weird.
YouTube.
Thanks, YouTube. Yeah, thank you.
Be like, because I'm super freaking popular. They can't dislike the fucking video.
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
I think I'm starting to see the problem here.
That's pretty funny. I can't wait to put mine up. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, it's got a lot of views, but not as many comments. So I don't know if people are seeing it going, "What the hell is this crap?" and then changing it or what. But I don't know.
Yeah, I made the mistake of putting it in with my other 2 songs for that week, like with the Polka Dot Stingray and.
Oh yeah, you bunched it all together.
Database.
Yeah.
Database. That's
Database.
wasted content, man. I don't know why you did that, but okay.
Because of time, because I have too many requests to keep up with.
Oh.
I didn't have time to edit 3 different videos, and I was trying to get it out before the live stream.
Right.
Oh, okay. Just do what I do. Don't sleep. It works great.
Yeah, then you're like the way you are before the stream.
Yeah, I was about to say, and then you wonder why you're drinking so
calm.
much coffee.
Come on, guys. I was very calm. I was very calm.
Let's
for
keep
the
this
stream.
stuff behind the curtain, all right? Keep it behind the curtain.
Yeah, that's for Patreon. They can hear all the.
Oh yeah,
Pay to see that shit.
Yeah.
We won't tell them.
If
what
you
we
want to
said
see what
before this.
Alan's like for the half hour before every stream starts,
I'm gonna start
go to the
recording.
Patreon.
Put it on my Patreon.
They already
Just
know.
Alan.
They already know. They watch me on Twitch. They know. Sometimes I'll just start early and they'll just watch me freak out for the first 15 minutes.
Stay on.
I've gotten better. Come on. Calm down a
See,
little.
bro, I'm the total opposite. When I do like a live stream on my channel, I literally cover my screen. Like I put like a shirt over my screen and mute my phone, my microphone until like, and then and then after I'm ready, then I put up the like, we're starting in a half hour.
Then you just sit there,
And then I just like sit there and I watch. I just go,
That's it.
yes.
Oh, that would kill me.
Sound.
I don't. Yeah, see, for me, I'm like, I don't want to waste anybody's time. You know, like I'm always thinking, like, fuck, I don't want, I don't know.
That way
I
you
always have it
brew
in my head.
coffee at literally the time we start.
Yeah.
I'm setting up, guys. I'm setting up.
I'm just ranting.
Anytime I've tried to do it live, it falls apart like immediately. So I just don't.
I've considered to do less lives, like this being the only one. I really have. Because doing it once or twice,
lives are tough, man. Honestly, they're long, and you have to hope that everything is going right the whole time. And sometimes they your stream will disconnect or whatever, and then it's huge to do.
You're sitting there talking for like 10 minutes, and you don't even know.
Nobody
No one's
knows.
there.
Yeah. then you go to the chat, and they've been commenting it for the last 30 seconds. Dude, where are you?
Where'd you go?
You see, I'm make the mistake where I overschedule. Like I have about 8 interviews in 2 weeks, and it's like, why did I do this to myself? But you can't say no because you're like, that person's busy, and you're like, fuck, I can't drop the ball on this one, So
Yeah. Speaking of Japanese music, Axe Japan had his first live stream yesterday. I was there.
I have not.
And
I've
it was
heard
really-
of Axe
it was
Japan. I
epic.
haven't seen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither.
He's a super cool guy.
Nice.
And he started with like a live performance on guitar, jammed to onset, and I forget the other song. Anyway, yeah, the stream got blocked because he was doing reactions, and how copyrighted stuff is.
That's why I don't do it
that was
on
a bummer.
YouTube.
But anyway,
That's why I do it on Twitch only because I don't
How
want to
long-
even take the chance.
How long was it on for that block? I checked in there.
it was about an hour and a half tops before he
Yeah.
got blocked.
It's kind of weird. What's been happening to me recently, and that used to happen to me, where I would get blocked in the middle of the stream, and then it would let me come back a couple minutes later, and then maybe block again, and like the third time it would be like, no, you're done, bro. But like recently, the last like 2 or 3 that I've done, I don't get blocked at all for the whole stream. I go the whole like 3 hours, do like 12 reactions, no blocks, and then as soon as I press publish, it gets
Jeff
blocked.
Fenn says the Peggy's got it blocked. I just don't take the risk. That's why I just do it
That's
on
why
Twitch.
I put like an opaque, I call it my stream saver, where it's like you would put over a reaction video. Any video I'm not sure about that might get blocked, I put
That's smart.
that over it.
Yeah, that's
Because
smart.
it's usually the video that gets blocked, not the audio.
It does seem like
gotcha.
that. For me, it has been the video most of the time too.
Yeah, and guys, once we get our shit down, we'll be bringing on people too. Like we're just trying to get our things fluid. Cause I love to like bring these other people on, like old Mr.
Yeah.
B, Axe Japan. Like I said, I've heard of them.
Are...
It'd be cool. Oh, there goes my camera again. I fucking hate this. I don't want to keep it off. I don't even care anymore. This is annoying.
What happened?
I don't know. Just I love it when great equipment just doesn't work. It's like
My $25 cameras. Fine.
I was about to say that's why you don't spend the money.
Yep. Exactly.
That's why thinking about getting a new camera. I'm like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, that's why my
That'll be
monitor. My monitor is just a cardboard box with a box square cut out in the middle right now.
You're imagining this and it's working?
Now I can do whatever I want.
Imagination.
It might come back on.
Maybe you have to charge it, buddy.
That's Alan's stream saver.
Alan got blocked.
Dean said.
Farron says now Alan got blocked.
Just out. Are you still there, man?
No, he's gone completely.
Oh, no.
I'm still here. I just I just fucking pissed at my camera. Oh, I'm back.
Hey.
Fuck, just keep me blocked out. I was enjoying doing whatever.
Had to put your pants back on.
I was half expecting when it was to be turned on, he would be like shirtless. With
That'd be hilarious. That's funny. It's funny you say that though. I'm always shirtless. That's why I had the hoodie on this morning, the Patreon exclusive. But I was like, oh, I should probably put on a shirt.
Oh, geez. That's OnlyFans, not Patreon, man.
Don't worry, I checkmarked adult content for our Patreon. Teresa and I had a long discussion, the mod of this channel. We had a long discussion about it. I was like, should I put
what was the discussion?
I was like, should I put adult content or not? She's like, definitely put adult content.
It's funny because it's like adult, but it's childish at the same time.
It really is.
I feel like that's all men, though, in general, right?
Except Ryan.
Yeah.
Except Ryan does seem more man.
Jeff said Miku got rid of her for not talking about Cluppo. Yeah, we did. We talked about Cluppo.
We did. I did want. What did they say? 6 songs on the album?
6 songs.
6 or 7.
Yep.
Yeah, 6 songs are like 7 different versions being put out.
With different colors.
Yeah, it was different colors, she said. See, that's the problem. There's not much to say because she was kind of speaking in riddles a little bit. But I mean, listen, as soon as it comes out, I'm going to be listening to it. If you're curious, I will be reacting to every song on YouTube. Come watch with me.
Okay.
Every song on YouTube?
That's a lot of music, dude.
6 songs?
All of her songs.
Yeah. Every song ever made in the world on YouTube. Join my channel. This is where
that's what I heard.
Everything in the history. I was talking about the Cluppo album that's going to come out. But yeah, when they do like mini albums, I like putting those all on YouTube because it's just like, why the hell not? Let's check this whole thing out,
Right.
Yep. Well, I think that's it for today, guys. We
did want to ask, wait, are we going to do a reaction or are we going to wait until next week?
So
should we tell people that
pick
we're
a
going
song?
to do this?
Wait, hold on. We need to talk about this afterwards because we were supposed to talk before we went on stream. So
yeah,
I guess
we didn't do that. We could just start next. We could start with that.
Let's start next week.
It's fine.
Is this going to be every week?
Let the chat.
We need to have a talk first. Which, if you want to catch,
trying all week.
If you want to catch the extended version of the talk, check out our Patreon. We'll end it on that note. There we go. It helps support this channel directly. But I think that's it for today. But what were you going to say, Champ?
I was just going to say, I just wanted to reiterate from last week that we will be doing like next week because we didn't have time to talk about this beforehand and discuss what we wanted to do exactly. But starting next week, we are going to choose a song that we're all 4 of us are going to react to separately over on the Gaijin Guys channel.
You won't see it next week. We'll
only the Patreon
we'll
people
choose
get the
it. We'll
early
choose it
access.
on the stream next week, and we'll let you guys know what it is, and then we'll post on Patreon.
Yes,
Sounds good.
All right, bye guys. Oh, we need
Wait,
to do
we
our
didn't get
outro.
any mirrors.
Hey, play louder. That's not loud enough. I need that louder. What the fuck? Louder, crank that.
Gain up. Oh shit.
We got Ryan here! God,
too
stop!
loud?
Keep playing. Oh! Damn it! I found the headphones. All right, anyways.
say anything during